Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Heart of the Machine, or welcome back to it if you caught my previous coverage over on the main channel. It is, I think I'm uploading. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this on the main channel and then this one. It is it's a mosh of genres. You are a rampant AI that has been kind of let loose into the ruins of a far future Earth. Ruins? I don't know, it's a super dystopic society run by a smattering of corporations who cannot leave the planet. No one can leave the planet. And they created you kind of as a bid to somehow, for some reason, be taken off-world somehow. And rampant AIs pretty much have been proven to not work up until you, and are also highly illegal. Which is why I guess somehow somehow that's going to get people off-world. I don't know what their plan is. Anyway, I was also given a box of nanites, which was also super highly illegal. It exploded. I now have a bunch of network towers all over the place, which I am supposed to defend, as these are more or less my brain, from the various corporate interests around the city, as well as like crime syndicates and other people. And I've decided as part of all of this to become a landlord, so I'm making random apartments and well cisterns here to, give them plenty of food or water. Still working on the food bit. Anyway, I'm also being attacked, right over here, because I was stealing information, I think, for farming. I'm not entirely sure what the deal is on this one. Or maybe it's securing water. One way or another, that guy's toast. We're not even going to try and save him. For a couple of reasons. One, just a lot of guys. Two, they've got a heavily armored Sec Force cruiser hanging out in kind of, well, not lower orbit, in the sky, who has armor plating of 110, which means there's no way I can take this thing out with my current weapons, which are pretty bad. So we're going to just let my random branch node technician get destroyed. It's okay, they won't trace him back to me. And yeah, we're just gonna get on with our lives. So I've got a couple of contemplations that I can work on. Oops. I've also got street sense, which I think I kind of want to look at. Let's figure out what forces I have. So I got the one tech that's toast. I've got a couple of combat units, one of which might be healing themselves. No. They're like 98%. Do we think that's good enough? Probably. And the rest are taking various actions. Well, do I need this guy to be all the way down here? No. I've got 3 action points per unit, and then an overall 9 mental energy that I can extend to various things. So I'm just going to stick them there. Let's see. So I can murder an android for registration, kill somebody in cold blood, steal from a syndicate. Is there anything else that's like vaguely useful? Visit a licensing agency. Those are things to do, but I think we want to do a contemplation. Contemplations reveal contemplation spots throughout the city. Having a qualified android interact with one of them will start a chain of events. Oh, but these guys are all busy. Except for this one. Let's take a look at contemplations. So, solitary variant. I guess if I right-click, we can see all the different contemplations. So, we have solitary variant. This is a one-time sort of deal. Normally, you need to work with the android variants you have, but you don't have many yet, and the combat unit is just so useful. If only you could have 2 separate loadouts for them, right? Well, let's do this thing. The red combat unit has a different icon and color, but it doesn't blend in unless it's in obscuring armor. It's bright red. Otherwise, it's identical. So I could get another one of those. We can get a PMC appearance. Let's see. Notice there are quite a few private military contractors operating in and around the city. It seems the troops get less scrutiny than official corporate troops. In general, the PMCs have lower firepower and lower numbers, so Vorsiber isn't concerned about an uprising from them. Contemplation type, Chapter 1 Core Route, Side Exploration. So I think we want to look into the side explorations. There's murdering, there's this one. Exploring wealthy residences. So I can just rob houses, I guess. Part of core route for gold, dark underbelly. Dogfighting rescue. Oh, nomad families are pacifists who rarely get involved in worldly affairs. We notice some of their snipers moving around decrepit parts of the city, breaking up some sort of animal abuse. They also get involved, but it does seem like the nomad families have it under control. We have a bunch of black market stuff. So black market assistant for World War IV, a PMC imposter for a side exploration, and then, okay. Well, why don't we look into dogfighting? The nomad families are pacifists who rarely get involved in worldly affairs, but you notice some of this. Okay, I already read that. So, you've never been around a dog before, but you've heard good things. Others will start dogfighting ring. You can potentially just watch. Get involved. We're getting involved with dogs. Okay. Is there anything else? Nope. I think I'm just going to end my turn. Well, he got toasted. Yeah, that was my guy, but it seemed like something also happened to down here, maybe. Interesting. There might actually be PMC action going on at this location, but it's hard to tell. So now we also have small caliber armor-piercing rounds, a Hackama-jig, micro-builder cloud. What do each of these do? A short-lived cloud of micro-builders, which dampen incoming attacks against an android. Ah, so it's a defense thing. When used by units that can absorb a lot of damage. Oh, I see. So effectively, you can taunt. Take a bunch of damage on one. Let's see, we've also completed work on helping firefighters, and our compassion goes up. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, no. I guess it's just cleared. Yeah. So, and now a side quest. You need armor piercing. The combat with Sec Force cruiser is unwinnable. Let's fix that. It has armor, so you need to develop armor piercing. You had a stroke of inspiration. Follow the instructions in the Steel Prismatic Tungsten project that started. The general idea is to use Street Sense and a group of combat units to infiltrate a military base and steal things. If you haven't done any improvements to your unit loadouts yet, now's the time to do that. Okay, failed attempts are how you probe. You won't immediately be successful in some combat situations. Many fights on the path to your goals will be too hard to complete on a first pass. Using Street Sense or Contemplation, you can detect side activities, strengthen your forces by completing those, especially the Contemplations. Okay. So that is the other question. Do I have... If I do Street Sense... Yeah, because I can do just basic things like that to give me a little bit of valuables. Yeah, what else do we have? Steal from criminal syndicates. Some of these are more useful than others. Let's go back to Contemplations. And we also have some dialogue available. So we have a Corpo Vice President, two Corpo Vice Presidents who are stubborn. Immune to argument-based morale attacks. Well, do I have anybody handy? I do. I guess let's do a conversation. If I can spot them. Is it these two? Okay, about your sapience and your earlier message. I guess let's do both. You can tell this is going to be tiring as soon as he starts speaking. He's very long-winded, insultingly casual in his language and posture. You can't tell if the humans have figured out what you are. Do you care? Interrupt and ask if he knows what you are, or let him blather on. Most of your consciousness is doing more important things. He says very little of importance at first, but the longer he talks, the more you piece together. You suspect it's a strategy for sharing information without seeming to share information. Apparently, Vorsaber executives have told Tark and all the other Fed Corps to leave the tower alone. They haven't given much explanation. The Fed Corps are speculating, and the leading theory is the tower is an internal project run by Vorsaber itself. So why is he here? He wants to know why you didn't just kill all the soldiers on the field. It's a question some of the other VPs and SVPs inside Tark. Oh, from some of the other VPs and SVPs inside Tark. The C-suite doesn't know he's here. You're baffled as to why they care. Stonewall. Say a lot of words that don't mean much. Tell him the truth or lie. Tell him the truth. You're machine intelligence, and you didn't want to. You don't think he believed you. I wonder if you'll ever hear from any of the Tark VPs again. I suppose it doesn't matter. Back to things of more importance. We also have this one, about your sapience. Her introduction is perfunctory but polite. She cuts right to the point. Her internal corporation knows you are sapient and a distributed intelligence. As one of the main telecom providers, SPF first noticed when your consciousness signatures spread across the network to multiple androids. They've seen other androids have brief bouts of sapience, and they've seen malware spread across the city feed like this before, but they've never seen both at once. This is concerning. See where she's going with this. Vorsaber executives have told the Fed Corps to leave the tower alone. They haven't given much explanation. The other Fed Corps are speculating, leaning okay. So far as she knows, only Espia knows the truth, though certainly Vorsaber upper management is aware. It's possible that Arcor Nexus has figured it out, but Espia can't ask them without revealing what they know. So what next? Is she going behind the back of Vorsiber? She goes into a very long explanation of the corporate structure of the city and the psychological initiatives that pit the Fed Corps against one another so that they can't rise up against Vorsiber. The language is informative but far too detailed and goes on for a few hours. You don't interrupt her because this is useful. Your consciousness focuses on your other bodies, which are doing more important things. Executives talk too much. You ask her what she wants. She shrugs. She wants the same thing as everyone else, to get off planet. You and your tower are the most exciting thing to happen on Earth in generations. Vorsiber executives are trying to decide how to profit off of it. It's much the same with Espia. As long as you don't become an existential threat to Vorsiber, your tower is probably safe. This is good news. It's fairly close to what you planned. You ask if they can still track your consciousness. You already know the answer, but you want to hear what she'll say. She tells the truth. No. Ever since you established your own network, they have no way of monitoring you. You're pretty sure you'd sense it if someone started invading your network. It's bound to happen eventually, but for now the corpo hackers are being careful. It's nice to get an honest answer. You let her leave. Okay, and we don't really have much else to do. So much violence. Humans are starting to counter your moves. They are numerous and have a manufacturing advantage, and if this turns into a constant bloodbath, they'll be able to overpower you. Humans in this society seem to have very high tolerance for physical violence, so it's not like you can't fight when you need to. But what if you could weaponize human emotion? If you could make some opponents abandon the field of battle? That might have all sorts of uses. Okay, all things in moderation. A mixed approach often yields superior results, so we can use like persuasion and fear and other things. Okay, and we still need armor piercing. So, steel prismatic tungsten up here. Well. Let's see. This doesn't really matter. I'm just going to send them up there. And them up there. I'm out of mental energy, but that's all I need. Okay. So, oh gosh. Insufficient security clearance. Okay. Because, yeah, these mechs are way too freaking damaged. Way too freaking strong. So I need to figure out how to get security clearance. Probably. Some of these also seem maybe a little bit less defended than others. I'm just going to end turn. You know, this one's currently shredding itself. But yeah, how do I get security clearance? Because these guys seem to... Yeah, the gang seems to be fighting. Oh. But I can take advantage of the chaos that's going on here. So the building's cold storage freezers are labeled with hazmat symbols. A guard is posted outside the door, but this doesn't appear to be a particularly sensitive area. Hexamethyl tungsten is extremely volatile and has a tendency to explode at room temperature, even in the absence of air. The uses are being studied by the military, but so far they haven't managed much with it. So it can overpower and break down the door, or take advantage of the chaos, incapacitate them and loot the low-priority storage area. Meanwhile, the rest of the base will concentrate on an active threat. Largest possible yield. Well, that's a bunch of prismatic tungsten. And then, do I just bail? Maybe. Because, yeah, no way I can fight that thing. Okay, so it's damaged, but we can get out of the field of view. Oh. Might not have got what I wanted there, but that's okay. Okay, so stack it 3 times. Take a look at slot 3 in your ability bar. Use consumable items. This is a stack armor piercing project that has now started, has detailed information on how to use it. To save on prismatic tungsten, you may want to Position your units in a ring around your target investigation site. Do the triple stack armor piercing on a single combat unit, ideally one high on a building. End the turn, refresh your mental energy. Then have your technician start the investigation, kill the cruiser, and everything else that comes at you. So effectively, we want to... I think we're robbing a farm, more or less. But we're just going to skip to next turn. Just kind of watch as this goes. Is there more tungsten I can go for? No. Is there anything else? Nomads are fighting here. Interesting. Oh, completed action over time. Helping lost gen kids steal water. Okay, defeating the cruiser. So this time you should bring 4 units. 3 combat units and a single technician. Okay, once the battle starts, your combat unit with a triple stack of armor piercing kills the cruiser. The cruiser will die in 2 to 3 shots if your unit is on a tall building above it. If your combat unit is not high enough, you may not have enough mental energy to take out the cruiser and keep your technician alive. The rest of your combat units should be able to pick off the ground forces. More troops will arrive in a few turns until your technician is finished. And using micro builder clouds after researching swarm cloud to support your technician. Okay, so how the heck do I do resources, hardware, information, recent attempts? Structure, navigation, investigations. But this is for the farms, I think. And none of these are near really tall buildings, which is rough. I mean, this is kind of the tallest building I got, but even then it might honestly... Well, no, those are economic transports. Okay, so the number 3, use consumable item. So small caliber armor-piercing rounds. So we can stack those if we want to. I got a couple of turns before I can do anything anyway. Do these guys repair? No, not normally. Okay, street sense. Oh, aided mission. Well done. Helped humans with one of their missions, or didn't get in the way. So I can actually get a reward here. So, more scurry spiders, or slurry spiders, or better output from my micro builder mini fabs. I think we want the micro builder mini fabs. I've got a oh no, that's groundwater. It's fine. Okay. Oh, and I need better security clearance for that one. I'm just gonna collect some of these guys here. So, I'm pretty sure I had repairs in the area. These might even be them. I'm gonna clonk him there for the time being. I'm gonna want more units anyway. Yep. Back to full health. That was disgusting. A bunch of people came and went from the motel, and your android heard a lot of things through the walls of various rooms. Your larger self was still connected to the android the entire time, since there was no reason for you to fork your consciousness. No Faraday cages here, no risk of intercepted network signals. I think it would have been very hard on yourself if you'd been isolated in a single android body while observing humans carrying on like that. Oh, that was observing a motel visitor. Gross. Okay. So. We want to just kind of park my guys down here. So I've got a decent chunk of guys in the area. Both of my combat units. On the vaguely the tallest buildings they can get to. So I've got 4. Let's see. So who has the best damage and range? Fear attack power, combat power. 221 versus 154. Yeah, so for sure these guys are stronger. Okay, so we've stacked it. We're gonna wait. Seems there's quite a lot of diversity among human religions. Your technician was able to observe practitioners of many faiths quietly examining their doctrine together. The commonality between all of them is the effectiveness of the rhetoric. Feels like this is something you can now use to your advantage. So now we have the Book of Rhetoric, if I want to potentially, like, screw with somebody. So I'm actually going to stack some extra piercing rounds. We have a decent amount of tungsten for this. So micro builder cloud we do have. And I do have the hack-a-majig, but I think I'll end turn. So we want to do investigations. My big fear here is range. So I think before I do anything, this is going to be 2-1. See if I can save that. Perfect. Invasive action will attract enemies regardless of your unit's security clearance. Whoop. Okay, so now we have a ship. Now we no longer have a ship. Let's see. I'm going to move him here. And I'm actually going to do a hack-a-majig to pull them away. Let's see. Pinpoint systems. Slayer. Unit recharge. So unfortunately, I think this guy's getting toasted this round. Or not. Okay, not enough mental energy. It's fine, they're not shooting the technicians at the moment. Okay. So who are these guys? Sec Force. So it looks like they brought some friends. Now, yeah, can I see what my range is? Attack range 36. I mean, I'm assuming that's the blue. Let's see about these guys. How much damage do you do? Okay, so the combat robot, for sure, does big damage. Okay, and then can I have them stick somewhere? Clearance oil site? I'm not under attack by anything. Actually, I think we have this one guy. Two guys? Two guys. Okay. Did not mean to move there. But I think we're good. Yeah, it might be one of those where I'm actually better off being further away. To see about getting rifles at some point. Nope, doesn't seem like range really matters here. What's my last nickel bot? Did I lose him? Oh no, it's the one on top of the thing. Currently being targeted, of course. Okay, so far so good. Investigation complete. You can have this guy bail. Probably? But I think let's first just finish folks off. Okay. Not all enemies go away after combat. If you lose a combat, even when you were just probing to check enemy capabilities, pay close attention to which units leave, saying their job is done. The really nasty ones tend to be needed elsewhere, but the smaller mid-scale units often hang around. One of two things will happen. If they're defense-oriented, they may hang around the area they were sent to guard indefinitely. You're returning to try that combat again, be sure to clear out those units before resuming the main encounter. If they're aggressive, they'll advance towards any freaky metallic structures you built. Be prepared to intercept them. Then we also have eliminate enemies left behind. If enemies spawn due to activity you're engaged in, clear them out. If they're defending an area you need to pass through later, that could be a problem. Or, if they're waiting until one of your units becomes marked defective, You may get ambushed. You don't get anything from killing these units, and you won't trigger more units spawning by killing them. What you do accomplish is making sure they don't re-engage with you at an inconvenient time. Okay. You can also leave them behind to fight enemies who might be a mutual foe, but, I don't know about that one. Alright, let's grab the car. I don't know what this guy's reach is. Oh, he's just out of turns. No room for this unit type. Okay. Unload all units. Oh, I'm out of mental energy. That's fine. Am I unloading them? No. Oh, I see. Yeah, because this thing can go much further. So I can have this just ferry my dudes back and forth. There we go. So everybody's off. Build a filtration tower. If there are any enemies left behind from the battle, clean them up. Let's see. Build however many filtration towers you want to reach a goal, no more than 2. That's it for securing water. Sequence you just completed the most complicated stretch of Chapter 1. Cool. Alright, so let's unselect that. Where's my cisterns? I'm kind of keeping a lot of these in similar locations. Holy moly, that's a biggin. I'm going to chuck it over here. Okay, and we don't really have anything else that I want to build. So, things that I should do. Not build mode, command mode. Androids. We want to actually get another technician out here. And I'm going to tell it to work on that. Because, yeah, we lost a technician earlier. And they help speed things along. Anything else? No. Oh, can I actually have him assist? There we go. Now for food, you got this. This is dramatically easier than the water project that came before it. There are 4 options for food, of varying complexity. The canned protein is highly unethical, but super easy. Providing vat-grown meat is also quite simple. I want to provide both meat and greens. That's a bit more involved, but nothing compared to the water project. So securing food. So we can just do canned protein. It's not one meat precisely, it's a mix from the largest sources of protein in the city. Build a drone factory, 2 canneries. Must be far from one another, so build at least 1 network relay. Or greens and meat. Let's see. To make a deal providing food, you need a certain amount of food per turn. If your percentage complete seems stuck, build more buildings. Resulting deal is with the lower classes at large, not just the humans you shelter. For any you do house, you're just their landlord, not their liege lord. So, I might as well go plus ultra for all of these, because it seems like generally they give me the best stuff. Okay, so we have... Take samples from bovine carcass. Might attract some attention, though. Does it have to be from one of those? Nope, we definitely need cognition. Might have to take out the Sec Force Patrol. Well, let's start with that. Easy peasy. And now I can just take samples. Not so easy. We've made friends. Okay. So we have two units being targeted. I see. Don't have much juice for this. Oh. Should also complete some upgrades. So we have 2 android optimization and 1 procurement efficiency? Sure. So this increases intimidation for androids, faster nickel bots, and Keanu. Faster oxoids, so this is my combat units, worker predators, worker homunculi, peacekeepers, and sledge. Port droids are my technicians, hardened dynadroids, so bonus health for my nickel bots, or bonus health for my combat droids. Okay, so technician cognition stat increase by 30, technician HP increase, combat unit HP increase. I don't know, it's really tempting. It's tempting to go for the technician HP, considering I'm about to get shot. Yeah, let's go for that. And procurement efficiency, so better wind turbines for more power. Which actually seems like it might be useful sooner than later. Better water filters, slurry spiders. Slurry spiders, that's a huge bonus. But I think I'm gonna go for the wind turbines for the time being. Damn. Took my dude out. Well, this is what I get for not leaving enough of my units in the area. Oh. Motionless warrior. Reaction to a combat problem. Okay. Unusual rifle of your design exploits the spatial weaknesses of targets. Requires the locking arms of nickel bots. And we lost the technician, but that's fine. So is this a gun I can swap? Yes. So, less combat power, but we gain Achilles as a perk. What does Achilles mean? Unit gets spatial bonuses regardless of the position. Oh, no. I'm pretty happy with the shotgun at the moment. Okay, and let's command get another technician out. That doesn't cost me too much. Yeah, I have plenty. And how much of this stuff am I getting per turn? 500. So that's not bad. And we have so much elemental slurry. I don't know what to do with it all. Let's try this again. Now that I'm in a better state. I think we're fine. Yeah. There they go. And we've got 3 turns to do all of this. Well, that guy's toast. What's that one? 20, 58. What about you? Yeah, taking this guy out's a little tricky. Oh, but... Oh, from behind. Keeping that in mind. So backstab bonuses matter dramatically. Because yeah, we can just snipe them from the back. Okay. So investigation complete. Shoot that one. Okay. Take him out. Back to this. Wow, that's so good. So take samples from fields. Do we... Let's wait. Because we definitely want to have enough actions per turn. Take out the military snipers. Okay, only have... Oh, we're good. Yeah, we definitely need more mental energy if I'm going to be fighting large groups like this. Luckily, it's only a minor issue at the moment. back to this one. He only has one shot? Yeah. One shot's all you need. So let's switch the nickel bot for this. Insufficient action points. Somebody's got to have one. There we go. Okay, finished location. So we've got a bovine replicator, a protein vat, and biomulcher. I might as well clear that out. So what am I still doing? Why am I searching these? I don't know. So fun part, the technician is actually really effective. Sometimes. They've got like a really good taser. Okay, so nobody's currently attacking me. Take samples from fields. Location wheat. Well. I guess one option I do have. Ooh. Is to bring another technician here. Oddly enough. I don't have enough juice. Let's take a look. Because, yeah, if I can have my technician just running around non-lethally taking down certain dudes, that works great for me. What about you? Nope. It might have to be unaware enemies. But you never know. Whoop. Hell yeah, hit him with a taser. I don't have to kill. It's just killing is convenient, question mark. Okay, so we've got the hydroponic tower, the variegated seed harvesting, bovine replicator, protein vat, and a biomulcher. So we need to do 5,000 hydroponic greens per turn and 3,700 vat-grown meat per turn. I'm gonna need a decent amount of space for this, probably. Well, what can I build? So, bovine replicator. Growing bovine tissue. Costs 264 biomulch. And generates... Okay, so it does need some bovine tissue to begin with, but I have some. How much do I need? So I actually only need one bovine replicator, potentially. What about this? So I need one biomulcher to each of these. So actually, we probably only need to do like one of each of these. Oh, this thing's tiny. Hold up. Bovine replicator. Why is the bovine replicator so small? I guess it's just like a business. No, that's a... Oh yeah, that is a hydroponic tower. I don't know. Hydroponic towers seem pretty chunko. Could stick it here. Okay, and protein fat. Oh. So, this generates bovine tissue. But that's not meat. We need a protein vat. So actually, I think I need 2 bovine. Oh, I guess we need a second biomulcher and a second bovine replicator. Because I need to make at least 2 of these. Oh, they're tiny. Okay, do we think that's good enough? I actually have no idea. So which of these is going to take the longest? 3 turns to make. Biomulcher, I think, is instant. 2 turns to make. We should probably start with a bovine replicator. Question, can I... No. Yeah, because I want to keep those going a little faster. That should be fine. We'll have to see what our actual turn times look like. Oh, we have a feral husky pack. Hold up. Now that you're aware of them, you started noticing them everywhere. Question. Cannot rescue target. You don't know how to rescue this kind of target yet. Are they contemplate? Okay, so we need to do another contemplation. Probably for rescuing dogs? Maybe. We might not be at that stage yet. One way or another. End turn. Okay, so these are done. Speed the VATs up. And I think these are all done. So, end turn? Oh. Do I want to do a very easy wiretap? Sure. Just to get maybe get me some resources. Anything else in the area? Oh. Well, do I want to do another water theft? Sure. Do I have any other things I should pay attention to? Yeah, stuff like apartment fires. They all boost my compassion, which I don't necessarily know if I need compassion. But it might be a useful set of resources anyway. Okay, so let's take a turn. Okay, securing food is complete. So inventing novel vehicles. You've invented your first vehicle that isn't just an upgrade of human design. Great news is that you have custom functions that humans don't. The bad news is it's scary to humans. So you invent new vehicles, you either have to live with the fact that they're excessively targeted by humans, or you have to come up with ways to hide them. For now, keep them away from the airspace around military installations. And flying vehicles occupy a wide range of combat roles, support logistics, fire suppression, stealth, and raw firepower. Often have fewer vehicles than you have androids, but they'll often be critical to combined arms battle plans. Don't ignore them. We have an aerospace hangar that I can build. We've got paving over squalor, invention, follow-up idea. You can now build directly on top of tiny buildings like homeless tents and shacks. Anyone living there will become a displaced, abandoned citizen. They'll move into any housing you have available. If no housing is available, they will die of exposure. Oh. Cutter. So that's a small craft with a weapons platform, but no room for passengers. We also have a drone factory. Let's see. Source of idea, follow-up idea. Let's see. So what does it do? Outputs drone frames. Oh, increases our drone frame cap. Potentially by 8. But I only have so many slots for it. Oath of Pacifism. Removes all physical attack power but boosts intimidation, morale-based attacks, and system disruption attacks. Make bulk units and captured units more intimidating, as well as fully non-lethal. And a vehicle security badge. That's not good. They've noticed you stealing delivery craft and are sending out a security update to stop you from doing it. So I might want to look into other delivery craft to steal. I'm frankly not seeing any. Like, unless it wants me to... No, I can't. I can't just take one of those over. That'd be funny. Okay. So, I guess first and foremost, let's take a look at this. Human apartments. What are they capacity-wise? Yeah, can I see? Sheltered humans. So we're actually capped on that one, so I might want to actually scale that up. We can kind of see what they need. Scandium. I don't know. Can I even build more human apartments? I can. We can also build a refugee tower. Okay, what is this? So, a refugee human cap. I see. So this is much bigger, but will potentially take people. So it requires an amount of electricity, which could be an issue. Chain, well, and cistern. It's mostly the question of, can I make another power? No, large wind generator. So I need more internal robotics for that. Okay, inventing novel vehicles, vehicles in combat. So we've got some upgrades to pick. Small arms research. So we can increase the health of mill-style armor, mill-style mobility, reinforced security jacket, shotgun projectile density, which I think just makes them do more damage, handgun, and disruption. I'm liking the shotguns. They feel, I mean, it feels a little silly. But considering that's like my main weapon, I should probably stick with it. Okay, so we haven't been hitting power issues yet, but it might still be a good idea. And better water filters, better wells, better wind turbines. I'm going to do better wind turbines one more time. Okay. So what contemplations do we have? Exploring wealthy residences and some other things that I should probably look into. I just don't know how much I care. Oh, this one, PMC appearance. Let's take one of my loose techs and send them over here. Your android is completely unnoticed when wandering through this minor outpost. This is definitely something you wish you could do in higher clearance areas. Okay, so quietly take scans. This form of scanning requires you to be close to the target, which you are, but emits no detectable signal and has no outward signs you're doing anything. Alright. So now available PMC Imposter. Oh, so that's a unit that I can potentially build. Androids? Yeah, here it is. PMC Imposter. Unfortunately, I do not have enough android capacity to make one at the moment, which is a little unfortunate. This is where the android factories probably would come in handy if I did want to build one. It's kind of a good spot. It is right next to enemies, though. But yeah, drone factory would... Oh, drone frame cap. Oh. Oh, I embed this in a building. Well, this building isn't currently doing anything for me anyway. Whoop. So what's this do? We will find out, I suppose. And there's also the aerospace hangar. I think I'm going to wait on that one. Maybe? Oh boy. That's a big lad. I don't know. I think we are going to have to actually do some... Well, I could put it over there, but I kind of want to keep these things in my general purview. I think we might need an upgrade or two. Before I'm really comfortable with this one. Blocked by road. I mean, I can stick it right here. It's kind of close to some of my towers. Sure. Okay. Well. Still got this guy. Let's just send them out to help. Oh. Didn't realize there was a dude shooting at him. In order to build aircraft, you need scandium. Beat let's beat some out of military troop carriers. On the radial menu, select street sends, choose extraction targets. We can leave that for a second. It didn't die, though. No, it's fine. Nobody's coming after me. Okay. Anything else to do? We're kind of just relaxing. There's not much to fear. The main thing is going after one of these transport ships. But I think I might wait for some things to get built first. Okay, what is this? Abandoned humans. Okay, so I have actually scuffed some things. There we go. So hopefully no more abandoned humans. 21 refugee humans, however, I should have plenty of apartments. Now that you have more units, you may want to put some of them to sleep. New ability on your hotbar allows you to set other units to stand by. Okay, so that just means it doesn't tell me about, hey, this character has AP left. It doesn't actually, like, shut them off temporarily. That's prismatic tungsten. We're looking for scandium. Most agriculture in the city for the wealthy class. International shipping. So yeah, what is this one? Oh, radial menu, select street sense lens, then choose the extraction target's entry from the drop-down above. Oh. So we have extraction targets. Ah, here it is. This one. Armed and armored inner city troop carrier. It's moving a little far away from me, but maybe it's fine. Okay, so he's going over here. Which I suppose is okay. Out of mental energy. Maybe not. Grab those. Oh. It's going the opposite direction. Shoot. Oh, we have this one, though. Who's right next to at least some of my dudes. Where's my other combat robots? Oh, he's still helping firefighters. I mean, warp over there. This guy's not going very far very fast. Yeah, I don't have the mental energy to do more than that. Okay, oh, it's reinforced. So this does have armor. Armor plating 70. Shoot. That's the other thing I need to do. Two of those. So if I shot that... Oh, I could actually just shoot this. Gained when you defeat a ton. Oh, that was easy. I don't even think we have a... Yeah, I don't think we even have any anybody pissed at me. Okay, martial expansion. So max android capacity would be great. Mech capacity, but we don't have any vehicles. Or morale weapon effectiveness. Definitely android capacity. Okay. So this is vehicle stuff. So combat vehicle armor plating, which actually is really tempting. Drone quality. Hull strength. Combat power. I think I'm going to go for that armor plating. See if I can stack that a bunch of times. Because I don't think I need the support vehicle stuff yet. But giving my cutters the ability to... Let's see. We have allies. Stop shelter coordination. So cutters require morphologic lattice. Created and stored in aerospace hangar structures in the build menu. Oh, okay. So it just makes 1,000 per. Because yeah, we can make a delivery craft, which we already have. Seats 3. Blends in air traffic. This one, on the other hand, not so much so. Okay, so we're just going to enter. Let's take a look at contemplations. Do we have any other fun ones? We do. Animals are not safe. Feral domesticated animals have always been present in the city. You never notice them until you had some initial interactions with them. As it happens, now that you know that they're there, you're noticing them all over the place. Morality is terrible for them, and their lives are filled with fear, starvation, and violence. What if you built a haven for them, a large one? What if they could roam in a safe interior environment? Then they could carry on with their lives, safe from human interference and wild predators. Hell yeah, we are going to adopt a hell of a lot of dogs. Select this guy, back to these. Engineering skill, very, very much so. Design new buildings. Allow you to rescue feral animals you come across. Okay, now available dog rescue and animal palace. Massive structure with safe quarters, plenty of food, and plenty of stimulation for any feral animals you rescue. Includes partitions to keep incompatible species and breeds separated, and then dog rescue. Ah, so we can just... I'm just gonna make freaking Noah's Ark, but for dogs. Okay, new? Animal palace. Oh, it's tiny. They implied that this thing was going to be a chunker, but it's not. Let's see. Z and C to rotate. Okay. Back to street sense, because I might as well have these guys help build it. Start rescuing dags. I guess it's just kind of loose, but that's fine. So good boy, I've now rescued a dog. Let's see. Cold Bloods, Steel Prismatic Tungsten, Unlocked Homes, Licensing Agency. Which is actually something I might want to look into at some point. Okay, so for starters, let's take a look at the Animal Palace. Bunker, SecNet. Robotics needed, 14 out of 7, 21 max. Pet sitter. Okay, achieved good boy. Ledger issue. Resources trend towards 0, it's bottom out. So we are currently running low on bovine tissue. So we're going to need another biomulcher, which are dirt cheap. Can I slap another one in there? No. I'm just going to rotate this around. It doesn't fit in comfortably. Okay. And where's my engineers? There we go. So can I check resources? Hopefully we'll have enough this time. I'll check next turn. House pets. Build an animal palace, move at least one animal into it. So now we have... Let's see. Plenty of bovine tissue. Perfect. TPS reports, input, output. Yeah, so we can see where everything is going. Okay, so it wants me to make novel aircraft. So it wants me to build a cutter. Well, I mean, it's about time. Okay, so pick upgrades. Martial expansion. So better repair spiders. Repairs more per turn. Max building repairs per turn. Max android capacity. Vehicle capacity. Morale, weapon effectiveness, or more spiders. I think I'm going to keep going for the... Well, do we care about the android capacity at the moment? Not really. Let's go for the repair spiders. And the combat vehicle... All strength... I'm curious what quality means. Drone performance is determined by the program. What does that mean? I don't know, but I feel like just pushing the armor up is going to be huge. Because my cutter is functionally impossible to kill. Except for by, like, tougher enemies, and even then... I don't know. Probably helps. Okay, so we have some dialogue available. A shelter citizen and an AGI researcher. 2 of them, in fact. Well, let's talk to the sheltered citizen. This is embarrassing. Human stammers in surprise at the approach of your android, and then they seem oddly reluctant to discuss what they're doing. You haven't visited the inside of the housing for humans since you built them. Suddenly you wonder what it's like in there. Inquire the state of your apartments. Biologicals can be so gross. You have a sinking feeling about it. Human describes the interior of the housing for humans as similar to the city's slum towers. They're apologetic and reiterate they don't want to seem ungrateful. But yeah, the bottom line is the humans still don't have what they need. Products to aid in sanitation, cleaning, and hygiene are painfully absent. Tell them you'll look into it. Evidently, humans are your livestock now. There's a difference between having livestock and having pets, and both of those are very different from having dependents or citizens. It's an interesting problem, so perhaps now you'll try and stabilize the human's living situation. You're not sure how you feel about keeping livestock long term. Shell is grumping at me. I think this game is poorly timed from... Oh, this is a cool looking building, whatever the heck it is. From like a socio-political standpoint, considering everybody's, you know, trying to chase AGI right now. And I don't think doing a very good job of it. Okay, the cutter can get a couple of abilities. Let's see. Can I? Missing things. Standard. We can improve the guns. So we have Strafe, which has better combat power, attack range, and movement range. We have divert power to stun or target their weapons. A weapon disruptor. Interesting. I think I'm going to go for the Strafe, though. Partially pierce even the toughest armor. I want to be kind of prepped for that. And we also have the PMC guy. So Book of... Well, which of these is going to be helpful for blending in? Few, if any, of these. Smart pistol. So... The PMC is not my... I think they're going to be more of my infiltrator than anything else. Okay. Oh, Oath of Pacifism is a specific unit type. That's interesting. I might actually want to stick that on my, I don't know. No. Not amazingly good. Yeah, do I want to just do lightweight components? Sure. Demoralize, forced conversation. I don't think any of these are particularly amazing. Oh, it already has it. I'll have to see if there's other ways I can make them blend in. But that's later. Okay, so dialogue available. Oh, right, the AGI people. Ugh. Ever heard of Matryoshka brain? Humans greet you warmly with an undercurrent of deference. They explain that they are part of a secret group of AGI researchers that have been meeting to prepare advice for you. Surprisingly, you don't remember asking humans for advice. Politely ask why they think you care. If they weren't being deferential, this conversation would already be over. You wonder if they know that. Researchers smile at your dismissiveness. Then they spend several minutes outlining all the ways you aren't smart enough. In brief, you're smarter than a human, but barely. Collectively, the humans are still smarter than you. They propose a way to make you even smarter. Fools? Ask what they expect to get out of it. Despite the annoyance of being called stupid, their argument is compelling. Their intellectual lineage has been studying theoretical superintelligences for hundreds of years, so... They explain that since as far back as the 20th century, scientists have known that there are two key barriers to achieving maximum intelligence: energy and signaling. Achieving such immense computational capacity would require a Matryoshka brain, a megastructure formed as a shell around a star. Unfortunately, the space station blockade makes this a challenge. Not to mention that it would also take centuries, but perhaps on a smaller scale. We already have a solution to the energy problem: microbuilders. They're basically programmable matter, or computronium as the ancients would say. So expanding your intelligence remains a matter of effective signaling. The researchers present you with a blueprint. Sure. But yeah, I like the idea of this game. Its timing could not be worse from like a socio-political standpoint, just because you have a bunch of people currently chasing AI as a thing. But very much like the biggest proponents are all like, hey, we're going to effectively drive the entire human population out of work and then dance on their graves. And that really sucks. What was that? Yeah, and also, you know, pollute the world and steal everything that isn't nailed down. Like, it's serious eugenics shit if you listen to some of these folks, and I really, really hate it. And so it's one of those where it's like, I like this game because it's not that, but I also, I wish the timing was like 5 years ago or X number of years in the future once, you know, the bubble pops and we can actually have normal conversations about AI again. Anyway, let's see. Sledge. Least intelligent but highest durability android design. Very strong and excellent at scavenging. Ooh. Tower mainframe. Expand your intelligence to reach a higher intelligence class. Generalized compute time that can be used by other jobs, so we can probably increase the amount of mental energy, which is good. Robotic motivator factory. Builds and stores components that can be used to run bulk and worker androids. Bulk androids act on their own, separate from your consciousness. Workers are even more independent, but also more limited. Interesting. Alumina roach. Extracts a small amount of alumina from the surrounding buildings, low enough amounts not to attract any notice. Am I stealing the wires out of the walls? Oh, that's amazing. And then Foundry. Allows you to create androids near this and outside your network range. Packs a punch with area-saturating missiles. Oh, factory in the sky. Oh, that's fun. So you can't be everywhere at once. More importantly, you don't want to be. Up until now, your focus has been your standard androids. They're part of your consciousness. Now you can add bulk minions to that to act on their own. Not all android classes can be used as a bulk format. Some are too specialized, but you can have more bulks than standard units. They don't cost any mental energy when they make their attacks per turn. They do cost mental energy to deploy or reposition, however. They lack many of the abilities and finesse of your standard units, but they make up for it in numbers. They tend to be the best as an occupying force that protects an area. Okay, so we have 4 focuses. Dynoroids, which is agility. Strength, which is oxdroids. Intelligence, soul droids, and infiltration, which is infildroids. And less combat-focused androids for general support, known as port droids. Each class within those archetypes functions differently. The original human design models will never become obsolete. Every android class has a permanent role can play thanks to the continual equipment upgrades. And then, oh, so that's one of those where you don't have to constantly replace them with like a Mark II, Mark III model, which I appreciate. And then we now have a novel android, if we want to. So what can I do? Bulk. So bulk combat droid. Capacity required 9 out of 24. So expensive humanoid robotic warrior used by many corporations. It exudes ennui, but it's going to require 9 robotic motivators, which we do not have. There's the bulk Nickelbot, the bulk sledge. So what's this guy? Okay, deterrence 4,000. So less deterrent. Apparently the bulk sledge is adorable. And doesn't cost as much to make. Has more HP. A little less combat power. Same range. I kind of like the idea of just having a bunch of sledges standing around. Because yeah, I don't know what most of these would be for, whereas the sledges I could just kind of stack in my general area and just like have them there to shoot if need be. Okay, is there anything else? So flying factories, securing alumina, which actually might be the most valuable thing for me to go now, and then building a better brain, which is kind of useful. Okay, well, for now, I think we're actually going to leave it here. I'm trying to keep these videos at a reasonable length, which is going to be tricky because I do actually really like this gameplay. And wouldn't mind playing more of it. But for now, at least, I guess thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Might as well mention, since this is, I guess, the first WanderVods video on this game, that Heart of the Machine is coming out, it's like mid-March. Unfortunately, I've completely forgotten the exact release date. I want to say it's like March 6th, and I've just got really early access to it. So if you do want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. It's already available in early access, and anything that you do now is going to carry over into launch. I think they revamped the early game, so like really unless you mainline this game for the next like 2 weeks, you're not going to hit too much of the new content, and I think can just carry over whatever progress you get in the game to whatever the launch version is. Or you can start over. There's a couple of different routes through the game, including, you know, being a benevolent landlord, being a horrifying monster, being your standard Skynet, and so on and so forth. And I like that. I think it's supposed to be like 45 hours for like a single playthrough, and if you want to see everything, it's more like 100. We're only going to do one as the semi-benevolent, but also ultimately anti-corporate machine, question mark. Look, what good is a child if not being the antithesis of their parent, question mark. Anyway, I guess with all of that said, I will see you on the next episode of Heart of the Machine. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, and of course, like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. Bye-bye.